is Olabowale Agboola and I'm a professional dancer. I am a fitness instructor for Morning Juice. I am a photographer, a model, and the current Miss Unveiling 2023. Growing up, I was the extremely outgoing child. I was always out there, always the kind of person that talks to adults. I always made friends with people that were older than me. And my mom and dad were like, okay, this girl has that light, let's push her. My parents are so supportive. I started modeling around GS3, so my parents would sneak me out of school, lie to my teachers that I had a doctor's appointment, and they would take me for my shows and my rehearsals and everything.
In the hearts of the city, where the streets become runways and style becomes a statement, step into a world where fashion meets attitude. Welcome to Recon Urban.
We celebrate the bold, the fearless, and the rule breakers. This is a movement that defies convention. Every stitch, every detail, crafted to perfection. We move to our own rhythm, merging fashion and art, setting the trends that others follow.
Complete your look with our urban essentials, accessories that amplify your individuality.
Recon Urban is not just clothing, it's an attitude, a lifestyle that empowers you to be unapologetically yourself. Recon Urban. The streets are your runway. Own your style. Rewrite the rules.
And also when I started dancing too, they were always like, okay, where am I going to dance? What am I doing? Who are my friends? So I grew up around a very supportive and accommodating family. They always came for my shows. Every single thing I was doing, they were always present, always there for me. I used to be bullied a lot. Yeah, I kind of went through a little bit of bullying from the ending of primary school to the beginning of secondary school because I was skinny and I talk too much. So people didn't like the fact that I talk a lot or I'm so expressive, apparently, because most people are always in kind of conservative families. So they're not used to being around someone that is always expressing their feelings and emotions every time. And I'm not the kind of person that I can hide my emotions with my facial expressions. If something is wrong with me, you will know. So people bullied me a lot. Oh, you're skinny. Oh, your teeth are too big. Oh, your feet are too big. You are too tall. You are too pretty for a tall girl. That was a really weird one I heard at one point in my life. But you know, if I've learned anything, I think what people say about you doesn't really matter if you believe in yourself and you know what you want for yourself. Yeah. That's always been something I've always wanted to do right from childhood. But because I grew up in Ilorin, pageants are not really something that they do in that place. It's not something that you would see like for young children, you know, these little kids pageants and stuff like that. They don't do that in Ilorin. So I was like, maybe it's not my way. So when I entered university, 200 level, my friend came to me and was like, there's this thing that is going around that people are applying for, that I should apply for it. I was like, oh, what's that? She was like, oh, the Miss Unveiling 2023. And I was like, do I have the support? Are people going to support me if I do it? Because I really wanted to do it because I've always dreamt of being a pageant queen. Like, it's been on my bucket list for as long as I can remember. So my sister also came to me and I was like, you have to do, don't worry, I have your back. But I was like, can I actually do it? Can I actually do it? And then 2 days before the application form closed, I was still skeptical. I was like, okay, I'm not going to do it anymore. And my friend paid for the form for me and gave it to me like, you have to do this. You will regret if you don't do this. I was like, okay, let me just do it. So I filled the form, I submitted and everything. And the first task they gave us was to make a video filming why you want to be the queen, why you want to be Miss Universe 2023. So I don't remember what I said in the video. I just know that my friends did a quick setup, ring light, everything. Okay, with their phones, and we took like 7 takes because I kept laughing in between. I kept forgetting what I was saying. But eventually we did the video. I still don't like the video. I deleted it immediately after I made the video, and we sent it to the organizers as our application video. Then after that, I think the weekend following that, we had to do a photo shoot where all the contestants will come together, and then we are going to take pictures, and then they will brief us on how the competition goes. So when I got there, they told us wear all white, slick back hair, like looking very prim and proper. I got there, I remember feeling very scared, like, yo, everybody looks so intimidating. I was hearing that some people already participated in pageants before, and I had no experience. I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, okay, calm down. And our trainer, will I say trainer? Yes, our trainer or our groomer, yes, was Sholaraman. So he came like, hello everybody. His bubbly personality came, and I was like, okay, let me calm down. This looks like a welcoming environment. They were like, oh, it's going to be fun. They told us all the awards that come with the pageant, like during the grand finale and everything. They just briefed us basically how the competition goes, but they were really emphasizing on the grand finale, and I didn't get it until that day came. So after the first day, after the pictures we took general pictures, videos and everything, and then we're supposed to be having rehearsals, I think 3 times a week, because they put the grand finale a month from that day. So weekly rehearsals came. They were asked to like walk, talk, speak, basically just practice the order of events that was going to happen on that day. And they were also taking note of the way we behaved around each other, our characters, what we wear, like the littlest things, the minor details you won't think that they would actually think about or take into consideration. They were actually looking at everything, and I made it a goal to be the best at everything. I didn't just want to be like, okay, I would hide myself onto the grand finale, because they were taking every single thing into account. So during the contest, there were times they would say, oh, we should have a task. They grouped us. I think we were 4 groups. Yeah, 4 groups of 4 or 5 girls. They would group us into tasks to do different things. Then along the line, there was a voting process. There were 2 voting stages. The first one was the money voting, where people had to pay 1 vote. I think 1 vote cost 100 naira. So they gave us a target to meet, and that was the most hectic time of my life, because like people that I thought I would never text in my life, I started texting them like, oh, please, can you? And I'm so grateful for the friends I have, my friends and family. I'm so grateful to everybody. They were literally carrying me on their head like I was their blood or something. They even created a publicity group for me. People were reposting me on Instagram, everywhere. That time I knew that, okay, if I was not popular before, I'm going to be popular now, because a lot of people really knew who I was that time. A lot of people were supporting. I was seeing people were just dropping 20,000, 10,000. Someone even dropped 50,000. My relatives from abroad supported me, everything. And aside from that, we also had to pay for other stuff like the dresses that we're going to wear, our shoes. And I had no saved money anywhere, but people actually contributed for me to be able to pay for like everything that I had to do for the grand finale. So after the money voting stage passed, I thought that was like the easiest part. It was not. There was another stage that was the Instagram votes, and that one people had to like our pictures on the page. So I started skipping meals. I stopped eating properly. I wasn't sleeping properly because I was always awake every night, going to meet people like, oh, please, hi, my name is Labo, I'm contesting for this, can you vote for me? Some people would just shun you and be like, who is this one? Some people would be like, oh, I'm rooting for you, just meet different people along the line of this whole thing. And they extended it by a week, so I had 1 more week of sleepless nights. And after the voting stage ended, I was looking very unhealthy. I think I was even about to fall sick. I fell sick during the contest also, Seth. My friends thought that it was one of the girls that was trying to spiritually attack me, but I got better. I almost sprained my ankle too. Thank God that didn't happen. So after that, we started making our dresses, and we are not allowed to see any other person's dress until the day of the grand finale. So nobody knew what anybody was wearing, and it was just like suspense throughout. And the closer we got to the competition, the more strict the rules became. So Shola Rahman wasn't smiling with us again. He was just straight faced, give me what I want, or go home. And the pressure was building. At some point, it wasn't fun anymore. I had a mental breakdown 3 days to the grand finale. I went to cry in my friend's room because I was like, this is not fun anymore. I want to stop. But I can't because of all the people that are rooting for me to win. So I just had to suck it up and keep going. There was an unveiling that happened before the grand finale. That's where they show all the contestants. We wore t-shirts that day. It was like a mini finale, let me put it that way. And everybody had to bring their supporters. And I can remember that day 90% of the crowd came for me. I was just hearing it was really encouraging to see that, okay, I had a lot of supporters. We had to walk, introduce ourselves, like a mini introduction and a talent display. So I did a little dance routine I prepared, and everybody was like, yo, okay, that's our queen. That day passed, and then the grand finale was, I think, the next weekend. Yeah. So on the grand finale day, we had to get to the venue very early in the morning. I think around 8 o'clock, I was already there. I installed my wig 2 days before. Nails were done a week before. I just had to go there. And by the time we got there, everybody was writing their names down. Okay. We did a practice of practice with the stage and everything, how we're going to walk in and walk out. And then finally, it was time to try on the dresses. And then I got a panic attack right before then. I was so scared. My sister had to come and calm me down, pat my back, I should calm down, that everything's going to be fine. But I just could not stop crying. Like, the pressure was a lot. Even remember now, I can still feel the tension that was in my heart that day. I was so scared, like, what if I fall down? What if I don't win? You know, it was a lot of pressure. But then after I ate, I felt better. But before then, no more. It was really bad. The pressure was so thick. It felt like they put a block on my chest. So the competition started. We had to start coming out. We did the opening sequence dance. Then everybody went back. Then there was a cultural display. Everybody had to dress differently. I dressed as the priestess to the river goddess Oshun. I completely forgot what I wanted to say. I totally improvised my words when I was talking because I forgot every single thing I wanted to say. But thank God nobody found out. And then it was time for the evening gown display, and I didn't trip, I didn't make any mistakes. Thank God. And then it boiled down to the question and answer part. So I was picked for the top 20. I got Miss Popularity Award and Miss Talent. So I had 2 awards already. Then I made it to top 20. So the first question they asked, I think they asked me what I would say to how would I address a room full of gay people? Yeah, that was the question they asked me. And I had to answer on the spot. There's no time for you to think because you're deducting points each second you waste. So I had to answer immediately, and I don't think I answered well, but I made it to top 10, and they asked another set of questions. I don't really remember the question for top 10. Yeah. No. Sorry. The first set of questions came from top 10. That was the question they asked me for top 10. Then I made it to top 5. Yes. So the question for top 5 was the same set of questions they asked everybody. So they asked us, what is the one flaw that is standing between you and the crown? Thank God I wasn't the first person to answer. I think I was the third person, so I had time to think about it. So when it got to my turn, I said, my fear of the unknown is one of my biggest flaws because I'm always scared of the future, what the future can hold. And right before the competition, I had a mental breakdown. But right now, the only thing standing between me and the crown is this question. Thank you. That was how I said it. And then, okay, they were now announcing the order. Okay, the fourth runner-up, third runner-up, second runner-up. I was left with me and my friend. And before, right backstage, we held hands and prayed that, okay, we pray we make it to top 5. And we're right there holding hands. And I remember telling her, yo, we did it. And she was like, yeah, we did it. And then when they announced the winner, Miss Universe 2023, is Queen Labo. I did not hear what the person said. I was like, what did they say? Who did they say? And the previous queen, Olabowale, laughed, turned to me and put the crown on my head. I could not hear anything again. My ears were ringing. I was so happy. I started crying. I was really trying to hold back my tears because I promised myself I would not cry so my makeup would not spoil. But oh my God, I was crying so hard. And the main reason I was crying is because I was like, finally, I can rest. It was literally tears of relief, tears of joy, tears of relief. And the fact that I did not let my fan base down, my fans down, and everybody that supported me, I didn't let anybody down. I achieved the goal. I really tried all I could to hold my tears back. I really could not stop crying. My grandmother came, my mom came. My mom was not living in Ilorin that time, so she came down all the way from where she was to come to the event. My dad also came, my mom's friend came, my brother, my sister basically came, and my grandmother came up to stage and gave me a hug, and I started crying again because it felt like such a big milestone. I've never done something of this when I say caliber before, and I felt really relieved and really, I don't know, it felt great. Let me use that word, it felt great. So after that, there was a lot of pictures. I still really could not believe I won, so I was kind of in a surreal place. I was feeling kind of, wow, really? So, and it was such an experience because honestly, halfway I wanted to give up. I wanted to stop because I was tired. But then if there's anything I've learned from the pageant is that even if you're tired, you just have to keep going. Even if it's not fun anymore, you just have to keep pushing because there are people who believe in you. And if not because of anything, because of them, you just have to keep going. There's not been much of a difference. Well, the first few days after the pageant, it was a frenzy of, you have to meet a few people, shoots, interviews, those kind of stuff. But after that, there wasn't really much difference. It's just that, there are some things now I can't be seen in some places. I can't go I can't go everywhere. I can't just do anything because I'm kind of a public figure. Let me use kind of a public figure, yeah. So it's just, aside from that, I've not really had to do anything to change my lifestyle drastically. So, I believe. Okay, I don't believe. I'm actually really bad with time management and balancing everything, but I try my best not to allow my responsibilities to eat into the other stuff I do, and it's challenging, honestly, because you have to think about, oh, I have this by this time, I have to do this by this time, I also have to get this done and get that done. So it's just discipline and determination. That's all I can say, because it's not easy. It is not like, oh, that's just how I am. That is not how I am. But you just, when you always have activities every day that you have to attend to, you end up finding a way to strike the balance one way or another, whether it's convenient or not. One major problem I know that I have always faced, even before the pageant and everything, is rumors. The amount of rumors that have spread about myself, even me. Sometimes I'm shocked. Wow, did I do this? Those kind of crazy lies that just spread for no reason, because people don't like you, like just for that simple reason. People just want to tarnish your image or ruin all what you've worked for, just because they feel like, oh, your own self is too much. What is it? Those kind of people, and they are inevitable. But then it takes a toll on someone's mental health sometimes, and if you don't know how to manage it, you can end up stopping what you love, or even ending yourself, which is never an option, please. I've always loved dancing right from when I was little. My parents used to take me to all those birthday parties, like a birthday party kind of girl, And when I would go for those parties, I love dancing. Dancing makes me happy. Yeah, so, and it has always been a part of me right from when I was little. So, but dancing professionally was not really part of my plan. My sister actually loved dancing more than me, but when she entered the university, she got busy with her course because it was very demanding, and I was like, okay, let me try my hand. So immediately after I finished secondary school, I found a dance crew and I started dancing with them initially. But I don't really have that specific inspiration. I just loved the fact that I could express myself easily through dance. If I'm happy, I would dance. If I'm sad, I would dance. If I'm angry, I would dance, because it's like an outlet, It's an art form that allows me to express myself freely. No rules, I don't have to think too much. It's just like sort of escape from reality. Yeah, use that word. I started dancing professionally in 2020. That was the pandemic period, so I was always on TikTok. I was like, oh, I wanted to be a TikTok star, so I was posting every day because there was literally nothing else to do. So when it was almost time for me to enter university, I found out that there was a dance crew that was nearby my house. So I went there to audition. That was, the name of the dance crew that time was SSD. It was like a dance crew that trains children, adults. They train everybody. It's like a ground foundational school. So I went there, I applied, and I got in. And even the director that time was like, I have the potential to be great in dance because I learn very quickly, I adapt very quickly. So along the line, I think I stayed there for 2 years and I left, and then I joined the current crew I'm with now, that's the Heist. So I joined them and I've been with them since 2022. Yeah.
I don't need no liquor. I'm intoxicated by you. You don't need a decoy. I'm so attracted to you. I'm falling for you, but I'm falling for somebody too. And I wish say I can have the two, but I know say I feel lose the two. Oh, I wish I met you sooner. I feel no day with Muna. I wish I met you before my heart go conform. Girl, I wish I met you really. You get body like collagen. I for the day for your cabana. Pa me, oh ayo, 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 ayo. Baby, make I catch your love. Hey, your body fine like so. And you can be my more. But I wish that I met you sooner.
During that time, we danced in different places, events, parties, anywhere we're invited to, basically. Photography is something that has always fascinated me because I always wondered how people take all these really cool pictures you see online. And my auntie was also, my auntie is a photographer. She's based abroad and she's really good. So when I told her that I was interested in photography, she was so excited. And my aunt referred me to the person I learned from, whose name is Mr. Toby Yeye, and the name of his brand is Four Sons Photography. He's a photographer, he does videography too, and he also has a modeling agency. He's the best, one of the best, and he's such a fun person. He has such a personality, such a good person. And I learned for 8 months, 6 to 8 months, because that was the period of strike. My school was on strike, yeah, so I just used that time to learn. But then when school resumed, I had to go back to school. So now I don't take professional pictures, but I do a lot of phone photography. I thought about it, but then I looked at every other thing I do, and I just had to scale it down a bit. I didn't think I had so much. I mean, I have the passion for photography, but I didn't think it was as much as the other stuff I wanted to do. But I mean, it comes in handy most times. If my friends need someone to take their pictures for them, I'm there. But it's not something I really want to go into professionally. There is a project I plan to work on using the platform of Learning in the near future, maybe next 3-4 months. And it surrounds fitness. I don't want to say too much because it's supposed to be like kind of a secret until then. So it basically surrounds fitness and health of students, and it's going to be like a fundraising program to help with things around campus that maybe the authorities may not like think as important or like overlook, like maybe additional facilities in faculties, maybe helping students that don't have enough money to pay for their school fees, basically just to help students, but through fitness and health. My name is Olabowale Agboola, and this is my story.